There's a lot of women out here who have babies by straight bums, and since the bum isn't taking care of their kid, they think all men are like their bum baby daddy. So now they're just like, these men are this and these men are that. No, the men that you choose are like this.
Yo, what's up guys? Back again with another video for the Passport Bros. First and foremost, please hit that like, comment, subscribe button. It helps the channel a lot and I appreciate it very, very dearly. Now today we have our brother speaking on the state of a lot of Western women today and the fact that a lot of Western women choose to be with, sleep with, reproduce with guys who don't necessarily match up to their value. We have all heard those type of men, seen those type of men. The men that are high school dropouts, glorified drug dealers, glorified in and out of jailers. The ones that, you know, look a certain way, dress a certain way, speak a certain way, carry themselves a certain way. We all know that type. The Pookies, the Ray Rays, the John Quavius, the Tyrone Avius, all of them, all of the Aviuses. These are what a lot of these Western women, in particular black women, look for and end up getting. These type of men who a lot of upstanding, you know, men who are well-educated, well-to-do men would look at these type of men as bottom of the barrel, unworthy, unfit, unorganized. But for some reason, some wild notion, a lot of these Western women, in particular black women, because we don't really see the same attractiveness from other communities. Let's be, hey. Quick break, guys. I just wanted to introduce to you the free money-making guide to become a passport bro and sustain your lifestyle overseas. How to make money as a passport bro working remotely. Get your guide now. Join the community. The link is in the description below and in the comment section as well. Let's get this money, guys. Let's be completely clear. Let's be truthful. Let's call a spade a spade. Yes, it is black women that a lot of times like the Pookies, the Ray Rays, the gang thugaboos, the rappers. Those are the kind of guys that they would see as fit to be with in a relationship. As far as to even reproduce with these type of men and have their children. So they can further continue the cycle of dysfunction, further teach their children also how to be Pookies, little Ray Rays, little John Quavius, Tavius, Lavius. And then when these women see that they were wrong in their judgment, they were wrong about picking these type of men and then putting these men in the opportunity, well, having these men be the father of their children, and they realize that these men are terrible fathers, are terrible supporters, are terrible providers, are terrible protectors, are terrible people in general. But now, all of a sudden, after the deed is done, she wants to shun him, look down on him, turn her back on him, and act as if he wasn't the very guy that she was looking for and going for and was so attracted to in the beginning. Now, because the stuff has hit the fan and the ish has gotten real, now you have little John Quavius to take care of. How are we going to pay the bills? How are we going to put shoes on his feet? How are we going to put a, roof over his head, little John Quavius, if big John Doofius is running around in these streets, in and out of jail, can't get himself together, let alone get a job, it seems like she's gonna be taking the brunt of all this work, effort, upbringing of the child by herself. Because the man in which she chose and she initially wanted to be with wasn't able to match who she needed to be with. And now she wants to blame all men for the mistakes and the nonsense of very few. And now high value men and other men who might want to deal with this woman now have to deal with the BS that was left over by John Quavius, John Doofius. Now the next guy has to do everything that John Doofius never did, but then times 10. Not because he did anything wrong, but because he's dealing with the leftovers of what John Doofius left behind. And the fact that she feels like she got played, she got, the short end of the stick, and she has to do everything by herself now to compensate for that embarrassment, that shame, and that lack of support. Now she's going to dump all of that responsibility onto the next guy. And if you can't match up to the standard that she herself has set for herself, now she's going to blame you. And not just only you, but all men in general. Oh, these men, they don't have no resources. These men, they can't step up to the plate. These men, they're not real men. These men, they don't never want to be a real man. They're always so quick to say, oh, you're not being a real man just because he doesn't want to clean up after your BS. Just because he doesn't want to have to deal and share with the consequences of what you have created for your life. Now he's not a real man because he would rather find a real woman who makes logical, sensible decisions for herself. You see, and that within itself is the issue with a lot of these Western women, in particular Black women today, where if they get themselves into a situation, they're so quick to blame the men. And not just any man, but all men, just for the mistakes and the actions of so few. But then these are the same women that if they were to have the same F-ups and they were to make those same mistakes, they don't want you to blame all women. Oh no, it's not all women. Don't say all women because that's not true. Some women, some women, okay, but when it's the man's turn and y'all are talking about the men, you never say some men. You just say men in general. You keep it real generalized just so you can put all men under the same blanket category. That's not fair. The same way how some men will say, oh, women in general, that's not fair either. But if you're not going to give men the same privilege and benefit of the doubt to understand that it's not all men that are like that, then why should we give you the same benefit of the doubt? That's not fair. That's not right. So the lesson from this is, do not deal with women who have a past of dealing with Pookies, Ray Rays, John Quavius, John Doofiuses. Like, don't ever deal with those type of women. Because one, those type of women don't really like you. Even if you're an upstanding gentleman or upstanding man that does well for himself, well-dressed, well-mannered, speaks well, conducts himself well, you're not the kind of guy that she really wants. You're the kind of guy that she needs after dealing with the guy that she really wants. You're the guy that she's going to use as the safety net, lapdog guy that you're just going to be the cleanup guy, janitor type dude to pick up all the pieces that were left behind by John Doofius. So avoid and stay away from these type of women, because a lot of times they just want to use you for your resources and your value. But passport bros, we're not even letting that happen. So with that being said, guys, get your passports, book your flights. If it ain't foreign, it's boring. If it ain't foreign, I'm ignoring. Passport bros, we up. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you, guys.